Good morning, everybody. Devin here with Pack Me Outdoors, back at it again here on a muggy and wet Thursday morning. It's like 6 in the morning right now. I am on my way to go fill up the car and go pick up hiker number 2. I'll catch up with you in a little bit. Nothing. I really thought that was going to be loud enough to wake him up.
What's up? I knew you were gonna wear that shirt.
Of course, it's the pug shirt. It's the best shirt. What's up? What are you doing?
Gonna say hi to Elaine.
Yes. Wow, I am underexposed. Yeah, we are at Seneca Rocks in West Virginia at the moment. We are headed to the visitor center here to see if we can grab a map, and I gotta get my patch. And then we are going to be headed to our trailhead here shortly. But yeah, I just had to stop. I mean, look at that view. That's just not... If it would focus, there we go. That's just not something that we get in Ohio very often. Or no, literally at all.
Yeah, occasionally rocks will spring up.
Not
often.
Very occasionally. Once in a while we have a little hump that we kind of walk over, but that's about it. Hey. Awkwardly on camera. That is freaking awesome though. I mean, look at that. Oh. Is there someone climbing? See the red dot halfway up the wall? If I brought binoculars. Let me see, I don't think I can get that.
I don't.
I think that's way too far from the suns. Way too far. Right under.
I like how ambitious those fucking trees are.
That might be a person. Yeah, those trees, they are.
I'm gonna grow right.
You can't even see it under here at all. But
well, what
that might be a
part are you
person.
looking at?
All right, see that? No.
Not lowly explosive.
I'm gonna touch them all. Look at these primitive tools. It's crazy.
The 2-inch brush, that's some Bob Ross.
Do that. Yeah. I think these are flannel pants too. These are wool pants. I'm very glad it didn't just fall off the wall right there. Check this out though, look at these old pitons. It's pretty cool. Thought I saw him climbing up in there. That's where he is, for reference. Right up there. And there's another one in that crag right there too. Pretty neat. It's a hot day for it, that's for sure. But not too bad. I will say it is pretty cool coming to Seneca Rock. But if you are coming to the Discovery Center and you are not going to Seneca Rock, it's a little bit of a wasted stop. It gives us a chance to stretch our legs a little bit, but there's not a whole lot of information for us here. So we are going to keep moving on to the trailhead. We have made it to Bear Rock Trailhead, and the wind noise is probably just absolutely horrendous right now. And we're taking some photos because it is really just gorgeous here. this will be used for a while. And if you look off in the distance, there is our trail marker. Or, well, just not really a marker, but kind of just a very soupy trail. But yeah, so we are where are we?
Oh yeah, that looks a little soupy over there.
Yeah, it's gonna be real wet.
Good thing I got waterproof boots. I didn't.
You don't need waterproof boots, you just want them. Look at that pair of shoes, I want those shoes.
They're just chilling.
Where to camp?
Morning.
12 camp units.
Okay, this is what I'm going to take a picture of
Roadside
so we
camp.
know what it looks like.
Oh, the land ordinances?
Yeah, on my phone at least, so we have a quick reference.
Yeah.
Instead of loading it up on
I think
that.
I know what a grenade looks like.
Yes, that I've played Call of Duty before. That looks like a mortar.
Alright, no camping
mine.
is permitted 300 feet within the forest road. No camping is permitted at Dolly Sods picnic area. That's not a problem. Which literally means we can camp anywhere except for like
Here.
right here.
Or the next 8 miles.
Yeah, so let's
Do not feed bears.
let's pull out the map real quick and do a quick overview of what we're doing. And then get changed and put some miles in. What do you think?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, let's do it. Very sure. All
This thing
right.
will run out of battery before that thing gets ruined.
It very well could. So, starting here at Bear Rock Trailhead, we're gonna hike all the way down here, head up onto, oh god, I can't even remember the trail names now. I'll just write it on the screen as I'm moving my finger.
After that trail.
You will know what trails we are taking. So we're just doing this balloon loop all the way back up and then back out here. It's gonna be roughly 21 miles. That's super. No, it's not. Roughly 21 miles in 3 days, 4 days. If it's anything like Shenandoah, it'll be 2.5 days.
Yep.
But yeah, we're gonna change and get our boots on and get our packs ready and start putting in some miles. It is about 5:15 on Thursday afternoon. So as long as we can get, yeah, judging by the wind and the sun position, it's about 5:15. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, at the very least, we can try and get about 2 or 3 in today, and chop out some of our hike out on Sunday because Sunday is supposed to be pretty hot.
Saturday. Yeah. Sunday's supposed to be rainy.
That's right. Sunday's supposed to be thunderstormy. Saturday's supposed to be pretty hot. So yeah, let's get going. I'm ready for it.
We don't need a parking pass for this place.
No, we do not. No, I mean, it's just, we're on the top of a mountain.
Yeah. Anything that's on.
That's not bad. I can do this without the tripod the whole time. And I got the tripod in your bag in case I need it. All right, you good?
Tripod recommended, it says.
Let's hit it. All right. Bye-bye, Cube. We'll see you in 4 days.
Farewell.
For 3 days.
Please be there when we get back.
Please, very, very much. Please be there when we get back.
Otherwise, we're gonna have a long hike ahead of us.
That is very true. But hey, they got a bike in the back of their truck. But yeah, we are headed out onto Bear Rock Trail. And hopefully we'll get a good 3, maybe 4 miles in today. But who knows? We'll see where we end up stopping for the night. Neither of us ate dinner. We just ate like a really late breakfast.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. Breakfast of champions right there.
Get that trowel ready.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll be digging a latrine at some point tonight. And I assume that we'll be needing to stop for dinner a little bit sooner rather than later too, but we'll see how that goes in a little bit.
All right, I'm hungry. We're done.
I got the video, let's go home. Tell you what though.
Record again and be like, whoa, what a trip. I'm going that way.
The difference in views between here and Shenandoah, which is not even that far away, absolutely blows my mind. Onward and upward. I guess downward, right?
Downward real quick.
It's a lot of water over there. There we go, there's the exposure I'm looking for. Sit it.
That's almost like their clothes on. There's the exposure I'm
That's
looking
not
for.
the exposure I'm looking for.
You don't
Let's
get
get some
better.
miles.
But a humble man. Did finally load my Snapchat, but killing my battery. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
No,
I love getting pictures
of
of
moths getting kicked.
Oh, yeah, don't kick the moss. Straight out of a Bob Ross painting. Look at that happy tree. That is a happy tree. Tell you what, it does feel good to be back out here again. I haven't checked since we left. This is soupy. Oh, it's just straight water. It's just straight water. Oh, it gets real deep. And look, there's a stream. Yeah, this is the path and the stream. Oh man, my boots are soaked.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Did you give up?
I'm about to. Yeah. Around. I'm not having a good time anymore. Hello? Oh, there's the water. There it is. We've been breached. Oh, good fucking lord. There's no getting around it. Wow.
Oh man. Takes a special kind of man, Andrew.
Woo!
Special kind of man. You look a little wet.
A little bit. Wow, that's nice and cool though.
Yeah, I can hear the waterfall over there.
I feel better.
Fuck yeah, let's keep going. Keep that B-roll. Don't overexpose, you cunt. B-roll. They're all so busy.
You know how they get back here by counting their fucking steps? Can you imagine? Am I ruining your B-roll?
No.
Is B-roll supposed to be quiet?
It's got music over there. You good? Gotta get those booty shots.
B-roll.
It is so nice out here at Dolly Sods. What's that? Oh, I already marked it. But yeah, it is gorgeous and beautiful out here. It's not as hot as we had originally thought it was going to be on day one, which is perfectly fine with me. The breeze is kicking, it really is. And that feels great, nice and cool. And every 10 feet I want to stop and take pictures or video because this place is just different, it's beautiful. I mean, look at this, look at the trees that are around us right now that are not in focus. And then just over the ridge, all pine. All of it. And more B-roll. Just getting some B-roll of your face.
Amadeus.
Beautiful B-roll of that face. Look at that man. What is he pondering? What could he be thinking about? Biting the cork off of an apple? There's no corks on apples.
Apple wine?
I didn't say he's a smart man. He could be thinking about. Get that gram pic.
What?
You got that gram pic?
Gram pic?
Instagram?
Oh, I don't have Instagram.
You don't have an Instagram? Oh yeah, you don't.
Facebook, probably.
Facebook.
Maybe I'll get an Instagram.
Yeah. We have gotten to a little wooden walkway going over top of the first bog, which is kind of nice because it was getting a little bit deep and a little bit slick in there. I went ankle deep, I think, 3 times. And hopefully you can hear that. But over in there should be some pretty heavy running water from all of this bog draining out. It's kind of nice out though. The weather's still perfect. We've only made about 50 feet. Watch out for that hole.
Look out.
Saved your life right there.
Go in the swamp, says Eagle.
You may hear quite a few Lord of the Rings references on this trip. Maybe. Just maybe.
There's people. Okay. Oh, it's good.
Our first heavy water crossing, and it got kind of deep.
Holy fuckaroni.
Yeah. We got a good sight.
Oh, you just lost your demonetized. I apologize.
Oh, demonetized is so cool.
You can work out fuckaroni.
Actually, this is pretty cool. Now we're in a little pine grove. But I paid the price. Neither of us wanted to stop to take our shoes off. What?
Sorry, I was trying to wait till you're done with the video.
No, I'm just saying.
My dream is to go just hiking with my dog.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
I'd be a little too afraid of like ticks and animals and shit.
Yeah. Well, someone's clearly
like a one-day thing.
Someone's clearly trying.
Oh yeah, they have like chairs sit on it.
The only downside is that the rain's coming. It's probably all getting flooded.
Yeah.
But not a bad spot.
That's probably where that trail spits out.
Right there.
Yeah.
Nice little waterfall to look at.
I thought that was great.
I also don't feel like camping right next to that guy.
Yeah, we need to make some distance.
A little bit of distance, and to be
I
honest.
should ask him if there's people up here.
Yeah, well.
Because it sounded like he came from this way.
Yeah. But I do want to get out of these wet boots sooner rather than later. Because these do not feel great. Sun glare.
Yeah.
Good solar glare. Yeah, it does. Oh, hey, I think I got more emails.
Oh, hey.
Say, we haven't even been out here. Oh, I pushed some buttons. Oh, everything's good. We haven't even been out here for a day, and I've got like 46 emails that just keep popping up. Every once in a while, we get into coverage, and I'm sorry, that wind is probably horrible on the audio, but every once in a while, we get into coverage zones, and I hear my phone go da-ding, 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 da-ding. And then we dip back out of audio or cell range, not audio, God. We've only been hiking for like 2 miles and I'm already delirious apparently. But you can see where we're headed, off yonder. That is either the trail or the river. And like Andrew said, it's pretty much been the same thing this whole time. We've passed up, what, 2 campsites? 3 actually, because the guy had taken 1 campsite. No, I know, that one was pretty bad anyway. Yeah, the first campsite was a little bit too close to the first guy. And the second campsite we just passed up, and it's right on top of this hill. And as you can see from the trees, the wind is pretty gnarly. So we're gonna keep on hiking, cut some more mileage out of the rest of our trip on day 1 here, and see if we can get a better spot. But until then, I don't know. We're just soaking up the views. It's freaking pretty out here. All right, so we found our campsite for the night. This is the trail that we've been on, and I'll show you in just a minute how far we've come on the map. But we found a nice little clearing here to the side, which has it's a decent campsite. We're gonna have to make sure that we find dry spots for the tents for sure. But we've got a little fire pit. Let me take you in and show you real quick. So yeah, just right off to the side of the trail here. Follow this in, we've got this pine grove in here. It's kind of nice because you come in and it looks, well, we thought this was the campsite at first. We're like, this isn't too bad. It looks okay. And then, luckily, he made the view of the campfire. And a stone chair and a little table. Yeah, not too shabby, right? Probably set up
A+. Oh my, I'm
there.
like dizzy walking without that weight.
Tent right over there. Yeah, it feels good to get your pack off on day 1. And so you also look kind of dizzy trying to stand.
Yep.
Oh, you're getting that Insta shot, right?
Yeah, buddy. Gotta get them followers.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're gonna chill out here. I'm gonna pull out the chair. I don't know if you want to sit on the stone or not.
I'll pull out the chair. That does not look good. I don't think I want to put my ass on.
Yeah, it looks like a great idea if you don't have a camp chair, but we brought those. So yeah, we're gonna pull out the chairs, set up our tents, cook up some dinner, and just kind of chill out for the night. It is currently, what time is it here?
4 to 8.
Yeah, 7:45. So we made decent time. We walked about, let me check here. Wow, we walked almost 2.7, almost 3 miles today.
Nice.
So that's almost 3 miles that we don't have to walk for the rest of the trip here. We knocked out a good chunk tonight, and that means tomorrow,
Our boys.
when it gets a little warmer, and the day after that when it gets even hotter, we can kind of take it easy and just kind of enjoy the hike a little bit more. But yeah, let's set up camp and chill out, because I'm ready for some dinner, that's for sure. Yeah, I'll be there in a second. Alright, so just real quick, we started up here at Bear Rock Trailhead, made our way down. That was the first river crossing, which was pretty tough and soaked our boots pretty bad. Made it across this little river crossing here, and we're currently right up here. So I was anticipating day one making there and probably making camp somewhere in here, which means on day 2 we might be able to push it and camp right around here somewhere. But we're not too sure on that yet.
Muctions and smuctions.
Feels good?
Yeah, I'm worried I'm gonna think a little too much over here though.
Are you sinking in?
But I could always just do this.
There you go.
That's not gonna be even yet. Better. That is a fancy blue.
Sparkly blue. Only the purdiest of purdy.
Matches the cube.
Sort of does, yeah.
Cube's got a little more green in it, but
Yeah, it's more of a teal.
yeah.
Everyone always asks me when they see, like, is that your wife's car? I'm like, nah. Wife wouldn't want disco lights.
That is a pimped out cube. Put you on airplane mode, motherfucker. Oh. Nope.
It's a good attempt.
It does it a little lower. Damn it. Well, that was good. Good night.
There you go, sloth.
Yeah. Look at how slow I'm moving, Marianne. That's a wild dog. Ugh.
Yeah. You can try again in the morning.
Smashing! Yeah. Yeah. Well, got us on those rocks with me up there.
Yeah, I'll hoist you.
You're gonna have to touch me.
toss me.
You're gonna have to touch me.
I was wondering though, for like why I had so much extra weight. I packed a 2-person tent instead of a 1-person tent.
Does it make that much of a difference?
With the hubba, not really. But still, every
With the
little
thumb
ounce,
thumper?
every little ounce adds up, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
And
shit.
when you add in also bringing the axe and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
it adds up after a while. Yeah, we ended up getting a pretty nice setup though.
Yeah, this place was worth a walk.
It was.
I like this a lot.
Yeah, just a slightly longer walk than
Yeah.
where we originally were. And we ended up
That,
getting
like
this
by
spot.
that tree would have been cool, but the wind would have been killer.
Yeah, that
Here we get a little breeze, but nothing heavy,
wind, yeah.
and it's just fucking awesome.
That other spot, the wind would have been so cold.
Yeah.
Come here, you little bugger. You are fighting that a little bit.
Yep. Don't snap, please. Golly, Miss Molly. Come on.
Stake the feet down before you put anything together.
Take the feet down before you put anything together.
Well, my thing's coming together properly.
Did you stake the feet down?
Yes.
The fusa? The feet? The fusa.
That's the only downside about staking out in a pine grove, that the ground is so soft. By the morning, the stakes could all just be pulled up. Here I am getting all cocky and I put my rain fly on backwards.
That was one erected tent.
Time.
Fuck you. Oh yeah.
Here.
Yeah, I'm healed. Ruining my vibe. Stupid.
It's a lot less buggy out here than it is compared to Shenandoah too. I remember setting this up in Shenandoah when we were fighting the bugs the whole afternoon. That sucked. Yeah, I don't remember if I mentioned it earlier on camera or not, but instead of bringing a sleeping bag this time, I just brought a liner.
Yeah, you mentioned that multiple times.
On camera?
Oh, on camera? I don't know.
I don't remember. Either way,
So.
it's still gonna be, a little bit cooler here than I was expecting, so a sleeping bag might not have been a bad idea, but at the same time, I think this will do me in just fine, because I sleep pretty hot anyway.
Yep, shouldn't be too bad.
And if it gets cold, if the wind gets too bad, I'll just lower this and try and block out as much wind as possible. You got time?
I got time for this.
I got time today too. Fuck. Oh, I'm good. I thought I pulled my stake out of the ground. I'm good. So before we started setting up camp, we went out and collected some firewood. We actually had this very small amount sitting here waiting for us. We went and got some twigs, kind of threw them in there. And then we had some nice dead standing, just right over there, just beyond the pine grove, I don't know. Yeah, you can kind of see it out there. But yeah, just out there we had some dead standing. So we just took that down and dragged it over, cut it up. We don't have a tire firewood tonight, but honestly, I don't think we really need it. We're just gonna be cooking up our meals, chilling out by the fire. A big flame just means we gotta look after it a little bit more, and I don't know about you, but I really don't feel like doing that. But it was nice. I ended up bringing the little baby Holtz Brooks rather than the big Norlands that I was planning on bringing out here. It was kind of a toss-up in the end. The Norlands would have done the work a little bit easier, but carrying it out here, my bag was already a little bit heavier than I wanted it to be, and that would have just added more weight than I really cared to carry. But yeah, it ended up doing the work just fine. And now I think we're just gonna get the fire set up, get some dinner going, and hang out for the rest of the night. I don't know how much more time we have left before dark, but the sun has gone down behind the mountains now, and we're just kind of sitting in the ambient light.
Now this dry bag is just my clothes, right? In my bag?
Yes.
It's just my clothes. Okay. I'll bring it.
Damn, this birch bark is dry. Or wet.
Nice. Oh.
Very wet. Birch bark is usually just up in flames immediately. But this is just smoldering.
Yep.
Alright, we might have to take a different approach.
Right there, then.
That's alright. It is still light out there. But super dark in this pine grove. But yeah, we ended up having to go with good old Plan B of the solo stove here. Just because we tried to get that going, and the birch bark, it was just too wet. So I found some good dead standing birch bark.
Very moist.
Very, very moist. Very moist. Found some good dead standing birch bark. Threw some twigs in there, got the solo stove going. We'll use this to boil up some water for our food tonight, and then we'll just use this to then start that. And hopefully have a little campfire here before we go to bed. But that stove is cooking. The wind was hurting it for a minute, but that stove is cooking.
Yeah.
Button on the bottom.
Oh, that's cool.
And I brought the Lucy lantern for some ambient light. That thing, it's multiple colors too, so you can change the color on the bottom if you want. There's also like a light cycle mode.
Where's blue? There it is.
There you go.
The best color.
Now we're out here camping like a pimp. Still waiting for the water to boil, but gives us some ambient lighting here. Holy shit, dude.
What?
There's a deer right there.
Oh yeah. Look at that motherfucker.
Right there. There's a deer. Yeah, dude, with his eyes just glowing.
Yeah.
Alright. Hey, deer.
Hey, deer.
Hey, deer.
Wanna move out of the way?
Hey, deer.
Where we need to go. Thanks.
Peace out, deer.
Enjoy the rest of your evening. And a Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year. It's right there still.
Huh?
Still right there.
Oh yeah.
You can't see anything on camera, but it's there, I promise. Ugh. Here. Forgot about this. Slop.
My sandals.
There it is. Look at that moon. Absolutely beautiful. Alright guys, well we are all tucked in for the night. Hitting it a little bit earlier tonight. We're going in, it's about 10:30, so it's a little bit earlier than I'd originally thought. But, you know, honestly, everything's so wet, we really struggled to get the fire going tonight. We ended up cooking with the solo stove, which was pretty great to have. And I am very glad that we had it. But I think we're both exhausted. Are you exhausted?
I'm pretty tired.
He's pretty tired. And, you know, we did like 3.5 today, which was nice because today was a 0 day. We weren't supposed to do any, and we ended up shaving off a little bit for the rest of the trip. So tomorrow morning we'll see how we're doing, and we're going to try and push for, I mean, at the minimum we have to do about 7. If we can try and push for a little bit more. But yeah, we will see where we are in the morning, and we'll check back in.
Life was over.
Good morning.
My bag was its Everest. Reached the top.
Yeah, just as I was bragging about no bugs last night, all of the slugs and Daddy Longlegs started crawling on everything that we had. So we were trying to go over the map, and they just kept crawling up onto the map and getting squished. It was lovely. But it was a cold night last night. I just checked the weather, and it said that it dropped down to like 52 overnight. And if you watched the gear video I made, you know that I did not bring a sleeping bag, which was not a smart idea. I just brought a liner. So I was cold, and I also didn't realize halfway through the night when I was shivering that I had another shirt and pair of socks laying right next to me in a bag. So it was a pretty dumb cold night too. It's all my fault. I'm very congested this morning and cold still. We're just trying to warm up and get on the road soon. The only real bummer is like with the dew and the humidity, our boots are still pretty wet. Socks are still pretty wet. Andrew's still pretty wet.
I am moist.
It's moist. So I think we're just doing jerky, right?
Yeah.
Just planning on doing jerky and some granola bars. We're not gonna sit here and make another fire and make up some oatmeal or anything like that for breakfast. We just kind of want to get out there and put some miles down now. We only have about 7 to do today, but if we want to push it, there's a section that, should be a little bit easier for us, so we could push it and get a little bit more than the 7 miles in, which wouldn't be a bad thing. That way we have even less on our last day, because on our very last day of hiking, we still have like a 5-hour drive to get to where we're going, so the more we can cut out for that last day, the better. Yeah, I want to get out there, get in the sunshine, and just warm up. Yeah. I have nothing else to say. My brain's kind of fried. I'm trying to sit here and think of something and pull the weather. B-roll. We picked up a camp visitor. Hey, Mama. It does not care that we are here.
Something's too delicious over there.
I was gonna say it's like 5 feet from my tent, 10 feet from my tent.
I think it just knows if we step one step closer, it's gone. Yeah. Like, there's no way we're chasing it. It feels no threat.
We are never gonna catch it. We are not the apex predators out here.
Not the apex predators.
Its baby is long gone though. Its baby was creeping up. It did come in right here, and then it bolted as soon as it saw us. Yeah, she doesn't care. She's just munching. So, I can't blame her. We're about to go munch too. Squish, squish, squish. Squish, 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 squish.
Walking sticks.
Yeah, I'll get mine. All right. So we are all packed up. As you can see, the camp behind me, all cleaned up. Leave no trace, right? We left no trace.
No, I can't. Who?
Apart from the tinkle over there.
That throw up was not ours. That was deer.
That was here when we got here. Might have been the deer. But yeah, we spent the whole morning munching with the deer. We ended up going out to this little grove right here, and we just parked the camp chairs out in the sun, and instead of doing oatmeal for breakfast like we normally would, or at the very least I normally would, we just did jerky. We just kind of hung out in the sun for a little bit and let the sun soak us up. It is 8:30 and we're hitting the trail now, so we're getting a pretty good jump on it. This is about average time that I'd want to be out there. A little bit earlier wouldn't be bad, but at the same time, with how cold it was last night, I was not getting a move on. So we got about 7 miles minimum to make up today.
What is this for?
I will figure it out.
Do that later.
No, I'll get it right now. That's all right. We got 7 miles to make up today. And we're just gonna try and hit the ground running. So this is kind of awesome. We stopped here up on the ridge, just kind of enjoying this awesome view behind us here. There's actually a lake down there. I don't think you can see it on camera, but it's really, really a pretty view. And then the weird thing is, if you turn this way and you look out, kind of hard to make. See if I can get the focus.
Next to the smoke towers.
Yeah, you can't even see the smokestacks. Well, right here, you can barely see it, is 2 giant smokestacks, and then just next to it, way off in the distance, which I know you can't see, right there, is a giant windmill farm. So it's just kind of weird, you know, you look over here, You got nothing but nature for miles, all the way up until that peak on the other side, the lake down there. Then you turn around to
There we are.
our industry. Yeah, we're never too far from nature. But yeah, just kind of a weird break up here. There we go. Exposure's fixed somewhat. This is pretty cool though. We are walking into what is just a really pretty rhododendron grove here a little bit. Both sides of the trail are just completely covered. And I mean, look at how pretty this is.
Pink.
It's just pretty, gorgeous, and it's all along the trail as we go. Alright. That's just a dummy trail. Here's where we're going. Raven Ridge, which I assume, if the park also uses foreshadowing, means we're going to be up on top of that mountain that we saw, rather than in the gully the whole time, which would be kind of nice. But yeah, this is where we're going to take our turn south and start headed down towards water. Let's go. Woo! And back into a really deep rhododendron grove. Look at this. Very cool. Came from there, and we are now headed south officially on Dobbins Grade Trail, which leads off into the distance. How do you feel?
I need another stretch.
That was perfect timing. Holy shit, there's a house on the side of the mountain over there. You
Down
definitely cannot see it on my camera. You can make out the roof a little bit. But either way, yeah, we have 3 miles on Dobbins Grade, or no, sorry, 1.7 miles on Dobbins Grade Trail, which then turns into Blackbird Knob Trail, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember exactly, but I know Blackbird Knob is 3 miles away. So far that means today we have done about 1.4, 1.8, and we've done that in pretty good timing. A little bit slower because we had some bogs we had to wade through, which kind of sucked, to be honest. Very wet, very soggy.
Muddy feet.
Very muddy feet. I mean, very muddy. I'm just soaked. Very bad. But we're gonna head on out. It looks like it dries out a little bit too, but famous last words, right? I really hope my camera will pick it up. But look at the... Look at the cloud cover rolling in the mountains down there. How cool is that? So beautiful. And then if you look over to our right over here, again, all along that ridge, you probably can't make it out again, but all along that ridge, it's another wind farm up there just doing work for us. Super, super cool view up here. Super cool.
Cover down. Yeah, we'll camp right here.
Is there? I would assume that this is a wind barrier then. Yeah, there's a cool little campsite here.
Oh yeah, here's a fire pit.
There we go. Yeah. And yeah, there's a little fire pit here with a wind block. Pretty good one too. But we're gonna add our stones to it. I'm gonna put mine right on top. See, I think his too. Look at that form. What placement. Stunning. Stunning. Still a pretty good view out there though. Now you can see that cloud cover a little bit better. So pretty out here. It's absolutely beautiful out here. So the terrain keeps changing out here pretty rapidly. It's pretty cool. Now we are doing this sort of rock scramble, where before we were in this little pine grove here with the whole ground being covered in sand. So now our very wet boots are now coated in sand pretty nicely. Nice and Sunday.
Sandy cheeks.
Not yet, but maybe later. But yeah, so we're gonna hit this rock scramble here. It's pretty cool how quickly everything is changing out here. It's really pretty. But that sun is heating us up pretty quickly, baking us over our shoulder. It's funny because last night I would have been begging for this, and now I'm complaining. That's what we do in Ohio, we complain. Yeah. There we go. I was way underexposed. All right, yeah, so we are out, I don't know, probably half a mile or so from Dobbins Knob Trail, maybe? Possibly, I don't really know.
Guessing, yeah.
Actually, probably less than half a mile. It's probably right around the corner here. But so we stopped, there's a little bit of a stream coming through here, so we stopped and filled up our Nalgene's for cooking and drinking tonight. And with the packs off, these rocks feel pretty damn good. Just feels good to chill out on a rock and stretch your back a little bit. As you can see, Mr. Lounging Man over there, modeling the new rock formation.
Yep.
It's the latest trend. But yeah, we're just gonna chill here for a little bit, cool off. Yeah, bring one of the rocks, bring in Nancy a boulder. But yeah, we're just gonna chill here for a little bit and just cool off, get out of the sun for a little bit. And then we're probably gonna hike for maybe another hour and then stop and do lunch. Nice, easy day. That's how this whole trip should be, nice and easy. How you doing?
Me too.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Another beautiful day in the valley.
Gorgeous.
Yep. Well, that was cool. All right.
Yeah, that was pretty neat. All right. Yeah, we made it to the Blackbird Knob Trailhead. We're gonna duck into the woods right here. Looks like there's some good eating rocks in there and some nice shade cover because this sun, I would say I don't know how you feel, but I know exactly how you feel. This sun is starting to get a little bit blistering. Seeing the horses was pretty cool though. I'm just hoping that this little trickle of a stream behind us here is not the river that I was planning on camping on tonight. Because if so, that would kind of be a big disappointment. But yeah, we're gonna duck in here, have some lunch, and just kind of chill out for a little bit. It's noon, so actually on the dot. So we've only been hiking for about 4 hours. Not too long, but that exposure up. Haven't been hiking for too long, but long enough that we're both a little tired, a little bit beat up. We want to get some food in our bellies and some water down too, and get out of the sun for a little bit. Because most of the trail today, and the reason why I haven't really been filming too much is because we've been kind of up on the ridge, just kind of snaking up and down, and almost the entire time we've been in the sun. So there wasn't a whole lot of reason to film, and not to mention we just kind of wanted to haul some ass and get out of there a little bit sooner. But yeah, this doesn't look too bad. And there's some seats over there around a fire pit. Sounds good to me. We'll pull out the jerky and some water. Finished up lunch here. We just kind of chilled on these rocks. He set up his chair. Just jerky and water.
And granola bars.
And granola bars. And a couple swigs of Captain Morgan.
Yeah.
Just enough to get us by. We sat here for about an hour. 45 minutes maybe. Just kind of cooling off. We did decide to change our route up a little bit. We're actually going to take the logging road that's right here and see if we can cut across, just because after checking the weather for tomorrow, it's looking like we're going to have like a 95 to 98 degree day with about 60 to 80% humidity. And I don't know, that doesn't sound like fun. That sounds pretty horrible. So we're going to take this shortcut here and see if we can kind of, it only cuts out like 3 miles total. It doesn't cut out a whole lot, but it will get us there a lot quicker. So that way, hopefully we can leave tomorrow evening instead of Sunday evening and just not die in the blistering heat as badly. But yeah, so we're gonna head out here.
Die a little less badly.
A little less badly. Die a little bit less. I do also have to apologize because now I hope at least you are using the onboard microphone, because my microphone decided to fall off of its stand halfway through the hike here, and I do not have a little screwdriver Phillips head to fix it with. The one time I bring a multi-tool that doesn't have a Phillips head on it, my microphone falls off. But yeah, we're just headed out here to the trail, and we are going to take... Do you remember the name of the trail that we're gonna take?
Nope.
I don't either.
Green one.
It's the green bumpy one.
Yep.
I believe it was an old logging trail. Yeah, we're gonna take that and cut across, and hopefully catch back up with you in a few minutes. Are you sure?
Yeah. We were walking down.
All right, this should be our crossing here.
Yeah.
Get that picture. Blackbird Knob Trail number 511. Oh, look at this. They even have a map here.
Bacon.
So, because you've got options. You've got that trail, and this trail. And that's the one we came down on. So we are headed to Big Stone Col. Or no, sorry, we were on Big Stone Col number 513. We are now headed to Breathed Mountain Trail number 533, which is this mostly overgrown looking trail. Little aphid on my hand there. Welcome to Dolly Sods. This would have been kind of nice to see on our way in. Look at all these rules. So many rules, so many flies too, ew. But yeah, anyway, we are obviously right here. And instead of taking 513 down like we were going to, we're now gonna take 553 across and then back up, kind of weaving our way back to the car. But we might try and camp somewhere in here tonight. But either way, we got a muddy one ahead of us, that's for sure. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's get on. What you doing there?
Oh, line it up.
Getting stabbed in the butt by a stick, apparently. But yeah, I had to take a quick video of this because we, like you said, kind of crossed into like a new biome here. We just hit a line where all of a sudden all of the green stopped and we were just in the pine forest. Super weird. Very weird. This is probably where all those unexploded landmines are.
Yep.
So let's just go walk through here real quick. See what we can find.
Sounds like a plan. Probably find something before that too.
No, we got plenty of time. Try and get another hour or so out of the day. That sounds good to me. You can see there's a pretty good campsite across the way there that we were planning on trying to snag until some people showed up. So we're gonna try and do this river crossing here and not go all the way in. Making his father proud with the golf swing. All right, so as you can probably tell, we have made it to our second day's camp. Today was a rough day, right?
Yeah, a lot of bog, a lot of unnecessary stuff.
Yeah, I think last time we talked was probably when we took that shortcut last time, and it was basically downhill from there. The shortcut was okay. It was a little bit boggy. It got a little steep at the end. We lost a whole lot of elevation, which we then unfortunately had to end up gaining back. We ended up hiking. We were trying to find a campsite. All day today we were trying to find a campsite and we really couldn't find much of anything. If we did find one that had a fire pit, we didn't have enough room for 2 tents. If there was enough room for 2 tents, it was just wet and still kind of nasty or really sloped, or it was just a mess all day long today. We ended up hiking about close to 13.5 miles when all we needed to hike was 7. And we are now much closer to our extraction point than really I ever thought we'd be on day 2. But I mean, all in all, it's not that bad. Hiking this whole back section here for the last couple miles in like shin deep bog was pretty terrible. My feet paid the price. I smell terrible.
Oh yeah.
And that's not just from the bog water. So we are just, I mean, I didn't even film us setting up camp. You can see I'm all set up, he's all set up, he's just getting his chair ready to go now. I didn't film any of that. When we first got here, we went straight down to the water and sat down there for a good 15 minutes.
Yep.
And I got some more water because I did run out of water while hiking today. And I think you got to be pretty low at this point.
Probably.
Yeah. So yeah, I just didn't film any of the setup. We're just kind of gonna chill here for a little bit. Eventually start getting our food going. It's very buggy here, mostly because of our location to the water. That is water all down in there. You can probably hear it through the microphone. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know, because this onboard microphone is probably terrible. But yeah, we're ready to just kind of chill, get some food in our stomachs. I'm just doing oatmeal. I think you're doing a meal, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. God, the exposure is just not working. But yeah, I plan on just doing oatmeal, and I brought some scratch mix that I'm gonna throw in my water, which I definitely have to drink because I was sweating all day long today. It got really hot for a little while when we were hiking up on the ridge, especially before we took that shortcut. And I think, quite honestly, that was a lot of why we took the shortcut was because of the heat. We know that there's more sun coming in tomorrow, and we just don't want to be caught out in it for very long. So, yeah, like I said, probably 4 times now, we are just going to chill here, try and replenish some fluids, get some food in us, probably get an early night. My shoulders are ready to go to bed now. We'll get an early jump on the morning, and I don't think we have much further to go. Maybe 3 or 4 miles until our extraction, and rather than spend the extra night, I think we're both ready to just get out of here. Yeah?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Look at that face. All right. Well, we got our food cooked up. I just went with the plain Jane oatmeal, apple, cinnamon, something. Actually, what food did you go with? Spaghetti with meat sauce. Let me get that B-roll.
Maybe that zoom in.
Oh, wrong way. There it is. Look at that, spaghetti with meat sauce. Great. Yeah, we just let the little solo stove here do the work, and we're just going to kind of kick back and drink the water we have, eat the food that we have prepared here. We're not going to bother. There is the fire pit there. We're not going to bother with the fire pit tonight. I think both of us are probably a little bit too tired to stay up too late tonight anyway. I mean, this little solo stove is raging. But yeah, I honestly, for me, I don't know about you, but I'm probably just going to eat my food and hang out for a little bit longer and hit the bed.
The tents before the bugs come.
Yeah, because the bugs have died down now that the sun's kind of down a little bit, and we did spray ourselves with bug spray. But still, I don't want to be out here. We're pretty close to the bog, and I don't feel like being out here and getting murdered by mosquitoes the whole time we're out here. So yeah, so I'm gonna eat up, hang out for a little bit, drink some more water before I go to bed for sure. See if I can figure out how to not freeze to death tonight, because last night was just, it was brutal. It was brutally cold last night. And tomorrow morning, we looked at the map. We only have about, at the most, 2 miles, maybe a little bit longer at the most,
yeah,
to hike out of here and get back to the car and make our way out of here. So if we can get up around 6 or 7, get tents broken down and all that kind of stuff, and get on the trail by about 8:30, we're looking at being back at the car. If we hike really slow and take a lot of breaks, which with our shoulders and stuff right now, with how today went, we're beat up. So yeah, we might be back anywhere between probably 10 and noon, roughly. And then we got about a 4.5 hour drive to get to the lake house for our second vacation, which will be kind of nice.
A little more amenities in that one.
A lot more amenities and a lot less hurt shoulders.
Yeah, don't have to carry everything.
But yeah, so I don't know how much I'm really going to film from today and tomorrow. I'll probably film a little bit more in the morning, maybe see if I can get the sunrise coming up over the mountains on that side over there. And probably, I don't know, when we get back to the car, I'll film a little bit more. I don't know how much more there's going to be left. And I know I didn't film a whole lot today, but that's just because, I mean, we were busting ass today to try and get out of here and to try and find a campsite. We weren't trying to go this far. We were only trying to go at the most 8.5 miles. And we ended up going 13.5, just because we could not find a campsite that would have worked for both of us. So yeah, so now it's time to relax, kick our feet up, hit the bed early, and I don't know, it's only 8:10 now. The sun went down a little while ago. We watched it go down, and probably within the next hour we'll be in bed, just trying to get an early jump on it. Yeah. Because even if it is bright outside, I'll still fall asleep. I know that's for sure. I did drink half of the scratch, which I don't know if that's what made me feel better or not. I'm going to save a little bit for tomorrow morning too, just to try and stay hydrated. Both of us are pretty much out of water at this point, but with only 2 miles of hiking to get out of here, and we will definitely beat the heat tomorrow morning, I'm not too worried about it. And I know we do have another river crossing, or not crossing, but junction coming up here tomorrow, so if we are dying and really hot, we can get water. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like I'm talking in circles just because I'm tired and hungry, so I'm going to stop filming now. Ooh, good morning. There we go. Good morning, just waking up here now. Got everything packed up except for my tent, obviously. Andrew's still back there waking up too. Sort of. Maybe he's getting eaten by a bear, I don't know. But man, it was cold last night. It was so cold last night. I ended up putting on, I have 2 shirts on, my shorts. I had on my wool socks, and wow. Autofocus is, good enough. Had on a thick pair of wool socks that were dry, and then actually pulled out my camp towel and put my camp towel up into my shirt. And I still was so cold that at about 1:30 in the morning, I woke up shivering. And so what I ended up doing was, I ended up actually pulling out my tarp, which we haven't used this whole trip, but I pulled out my tarp, and I actually kind of wrapped myself in my tarp, and that worked for the most part. It kept me fairly warm. At one point I did wake up, I was warm and a little sweaty, but also shivering at the same time, and it was just not great. I realized the tarp had kind of fallen off the bottom half of my body. But it got brutally cold last night. I think if the first night we were here, I know the temperature hit about 51 degrees, 50 degrees at night. I'm assuming last night we got into the 40s. It's really, really cold. And even Andrew was saying that in his sleeping bag, he was really starting to feel it. Alright, but yeah, I'm just coming out here, just grabbing the dry bag from way up there. And we're gonna get some granola bars, some beef jerky, some water, and hit the trail because we don't have a very long hike to get out of here, and I think both of us are kind of itching to go at this point. My boots are still completely soaking wet. They haven't dried out for even a second on this trip. And I think all that bog water that we're about to walk through again is just probably gonna make them even more wet, so I'm not even gonna worry about it. I might just put my my socks on underneath my water socks here, my ninja socks, and just hike out like that so that way I can keep my feet somewhat dry, but I know it's a losing battle at this point. Yeah, anyway, we're gonna get some food in our bellies, get our camp completely packed up, and start getting out of here. Still enjoying this babbling brook though, even though it has made me pee a lot more than normal, but it's just so nice to be right here.
You don't have to be smart. No need to dress up for me to see that you're a good man. You're a good man. romantic, sipping coffee under the apple tree. It's gentlemanly. Well, you're a good man, quite the best man, a real fine man. When the wind blows and the windows are closing, you let the world know that what has been has been. And there's no use in looking back, wishing back. You master how to simplify. You turn rain into a blue sky. Oh, when the wind blows and the windows are closing, you let the world know that what has been has been. And there's no use in looking back, going back, wishing back. Wishing back.
If I am correct, we should be hiking, or I'm sorry, we should be camping somewhere right around there. And that means all we have to do to hike out is just up this orange and back to the car. Which I'm guessing is going to be close to maybe 2.5 at the most miles. Alright. Yeah, so what I was saying before is that these boots are still absolutely soaking wet. And as camp shoes, I always bring these water socks. It also helps with river crossings too, so what I think I'm going to do is put the last fresh pair of socks I have on underneath my water socks, and then put the boots on. Could be a bad idea, could be a great idea. I really have no idea. I've never done this before, but at this point I just need anything to try and keep the moisture off of my socks, and hopefully maybe give me a little bit more cushion to cut out on the blisters, because I know I've got a few already. Quite a few, probably. I actually like these insoles quite a bit too. These are the Super Feet Hunters, maybe? Hunter version? No. I can't remember what these ones are. They're the newer version. I've had a bunch of Super Feet in the past, but I like these ones a little bit more. They have a little bit more cushion to them, and they don't seem to upset my arch too much, whereas some of the other ones, especially the greens, those really start to mess with my arch after a while. You don't have Super Feet, do you? Yeah, that's how sore I am. I can't even lift my own leg onto my knee. I gotta use my hand to pick it up. Well, I can confirm that my feet are dry and super warm on this foot now. My feet are super warm now with the sock and the booty. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, it's very nice to see that my feet have returned to a semi-normal flesh color. Because all yesterday when we got to camp here, it was, I don't know, it looked like I just had a dead foot. It was just white and soggy. We were getting that old-timey war trench foot. It was not nice. See, it's no bueno.
I'm about to sit down and eat anyway.
I know. Oh, we're skipping breakfast. Oh. Yeah, this doesn't feel terrible. It does make my boot a lot tighter though. For sure, we'll see how it feels with 2 miles out there. Oh man, my glasses are so dirty that I can't even wear them today. My signature piece. Still kind of an awesome spot to camp at for the night. Even if our tents were slightly downhill and we never made a fire. And yet again, last night, just like our other camp, we had a deer visitor come visit us that just would not leave us alone. It kept munching in those bushes right there. And then at one point it walked up this trail and it saw us and we were yelling at it. We scared it away with a flashlight. And then when I went to bed and went and laid my tent, I swear my tent was right here. I swear it had to have been right there because I could hear it like sniffing and scratching the ground. So we're pretty sure we slept with a deer last night. Might have been the same deer. I seriously doubt it, but yeah, we've made some deer friends out here. But that's pretty much the only wildlife we've seen the whole time. Deer, we saw quail, we saw, what, 2 squirrel, and that's literally been it for the entire trip. Not a whole lot of wildlife. I saw a snake, which turned out to be a stick from a pine tree.
Very similar.
Very close, yeah, very close. Very shocking resemblance between the two. But yeah, that's about it. So it's been pretty tame. There was a sound that we kept hearing last night that it was weird. It kind of sounded like a growl, but it ended up, I think it's just bullfrogs. But the way it kind of like echoed a little bit through here is it sounded big. It sounded kind of weird. Not really bear-like, but close enough that it makes you think, you know, like, I don't know, you just get that second thought, like maybe that was a bear. Andrew's just putting the final touches on his backpack over there. Got that nice red underwear showing, shining bright. I'm all packed up already. And yeah, we're gonna skip breakfast and head out of here as soon as possible.
The faster this gets done, the faster we can get out to that sun.
Sure, you definitely can't put your shoe on with your sandals still.
That is not a thing.
How good does that feel though?
Oh, terrible.
Absolutely terrible. Ready?
Yeah. What are you filming?
Just putting our pack on. I've been just filming a bunch of stuff.
Gotcha.
Filler. You get that B-roll.
That's B-roll.
Alright. Oh, okay.
Oh no.
You know what? As much as this sucks to put on, it doesn't feel as bad as I thought it was going to.
I'll show you the raw. I think my sunglasses are in my top pocket.
You mean check? Time to hit the dusty trail. Yeah, here we go. Out into the sun and all of the grass that is soaked in dew.
And the biggest like love make.
Oh my god. And you, yeah, not that way. Don't go that way. We're going this way. That sun is killer. Absolutely killer. Oh my god, look at me. I look like the pastiest dude in the world. Fix the exposure. Fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it. There we go. Yeah, that sun is killer and I can't wear my glasses because they're super dirty. It's gonna be a fun hike out. Alright, time for a break. Oh, we camped. There's a little river here we didn't even know about. Yeah, this will be a fun one. At the very least, I only have a half liter of water, so I'm not carrying a ton of water weight with me right now. Yes. Yeah, so as it turns out, we were right. Oh man.
We need to make a left.
We do need to make a left. But yeah, we did camp like 20 feet from the trailhead. And that's our trail. Back into bog. Sweet. Well, honestly, right looks worse. Yep, we are.
Yeah, we don't want 520.
You know what's funny is it doesn't say go left anywhere.
You just gotta know where you're on, I guess. I don't know.
I guess so. But yeah, we do go left. There she is.
There she blows.
Alright, well, I know you probably can't make it out, but right there right there is our ride out of here. And as you can probably see on the camera, I am already sweating like a pig. It took us about a little under 2 hours to hike out that remaining distance. Actually, probably,
Exactly 2 hours.
yeah, right around 2 hours. And we took frequent breaks just because we're both really beat from yesterday. And this sun is scorching us. And it's only 8:10. So if it's this hot now, I'm so glad we're getting out of here today. But yeah, there is the last of our trail for today. We're gonna get out of here and get some lunch.
So day one, we were all through the scenic and roaring plains and flat rock. And then we turned into the wilderness.
Yep, we are back at Bear Rock Trailhead. And there she is in all of her glory. I don't know about you. Yeah, I cannot wait to take the backpack off. I cannot wait to put shorts and a clean t-shirt on. And I've got some deodorant in my car, which we're both putting on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot more people here than when we first got here, which is kind of cool to see. Yeah, I'll give you a rundown later of the shortcut and the way we ended up going. And we'll give you our final thoughts in a moment here. But we are out of here, Dolly Sods.
Hey,
Good trip.
good time.
Nothing but the best.